Today is August 24th. It's currently 9:23. I figured I'd go over the recap of what happened this morning and the entries that I made based on the price action. All right, so we were analyzing USD JPY for the morning. Switch to my line chart. I noticed that we had some type of consolidation in between these areas here. It was a very large range, so I knew that if price was here, whenever we started to analyze, it was going to take a while for us to go back up here. So there was a possibility that we weren't going to trade today, because why sit in the market whenever it's past the trading time? So in this case, we started to analyze. We waited. We were thinking about some early entries here, but I said, you know what, let me just hold up a sec, because we could reject here just like it did here. So that's always a possibility that we could reject again and us not go lower on what we're expecting, because we're expecting it to go lower because we are in a downtrend. We made a high here, we made a lower low, lower high, lower low. So in this case of us being in this area here, I did not want to make an early entry just in case we wanted to push back up. Just in case. Could have came all the way back up, could have came here, whatever it may have. So I waited. And in this case, I'm on the 15-minute chart. So 30-minute, we started closing. We got to our 7 o'clock candle. So 7 o'clock opened. Started to get a little price action where we came up to these levels here, and I was like, probably won't have an entry because we are making a high on the previous candles. So it went higher than our previous candles there. So I was reluctant to make an entry. Well, once this candle pushed below, I knew that there was a good enough sign that we could go lower. So in this case of our trends and where price needs to retest and where we've broken in the past, we came down, we retested the level, pushed down again. So I knew that I want to catch the most leverage that I can for the volume of the 7 o'clock candle. Sorry, this candle here. So the first 30 minutes of that candle gave us a signal, started pushing, but we did not close. It is very important to wait for the candles to close. This is where we're looking right here. Looking for candles to close right below here, because this is the most optimal time that we're going to have the most volume pushing through the market. It doesn't seem like a lot, but whenever the banks and institutions are trading, it is a lot. So, let's see, my entries were at 109.682. 109.682. So right there on the mark. Put the 5-minute chart on just so that we can See the visual? All right. So right here, whenever I saw that they had this doji candle starting to form, had a candle, hammer. So price made a low, came up, we didn't make a higher high. Price came down. This is where I was reluctant. I didn't know if we were gonna make a new high. It was gonna start rejecting this line, start making highs. But this low was lower than this low. So now I got it. I'm waiting for price to tell me when are we gonna break, where are we gonna enter, and how are we going to react to these levels on what's happened in the past versus what's happening for our most optimal time to trade. 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock kicks in. Price pushes down. I notice that. I start getting into some sells. I want to enter at 109.682. I took 4 trades. 682, 682, 676, and 676. So right. So right here in these levels, this is where I entered to catch this move here. Now I exited at 14 to 22. $14. $6.22. Right there. So I caught the optimal moment of the 7 o'clock candle to give me my push, the profits that I wanted, and then I exited. This whole another hour that pulled through to form the 4-hour candle. See how large the 4-hour candle is? That took multiple hours to form. So you have multiple 30-minute candles forming. So once price started pushing, that's whenever I knew I need to wait, see what price is going to do, think about a stop loss so that I can hold my profits that I have, and then see what the price is going to do. Well, I didn't have to put my stop loss in because I took my profits manually at 622 to 614. Well, that was 20. So right at about another 15 minutes, we had another push, which I completely missed. It was another 195 pips, but we caught the brute movement. 100 pips right here. Boom. This is all we're looking for right here. This is the optimal time. All of this, irrelevant. If you would have taken a trade, you'd be negative now. If you would have taken a trade here, you would have been negative because you would have thought it would keep going, keep going, keep going. No, it's going to keep going. No, price reverses at some point because we have larger resistance that's been holding it in the consolidation for our higher time frame charts. So the smaller time frames aren't going to do what you think it's going to do because the larger time frames have a different idea. And you can see that it pulled all the way back and closed. Came all the way up, pulled all the way back and closed. So what's the actual range at this point? We don't know. We can't even begin to comprehend what's going to happen next because we have such large wicks. The market needs to consolidate and show us what it wants to do first before we can even say, yeah, this is going to continue in a certain direction. So if you box and chill the chart, as soon as we broke out of our level right here, price started pushing. And that's all we were looking for. That's all I was looking for, because we broke structure. High, low. Lower high, low. Lower high, 3 lower highs in a row, push. And that was really that's the simplest that I can put it. We were looking for markets to retest the broken structure, and we pushed off of that resistance level. So as soon as we broke the support, it turned to resistance and we were able to pull down. And that's as simple as it gets. Really, 3 lines on the chart is all you need: support, resistance in your trend, and you are able to get sniper entries. Let's get some chings in the chat. All right, so this stream is not going to be long at all. I just wanted to give a little recap of what happened this morning. I didn't feel like getting out of bed, honestly, so I just traded off my phone. And we can always do recaps later. So I just wanted to show you what was the thought process. This was the entry right here. You could see where exactly what I just drew up. See, I had my sells here, and then price broke down. This is the 1-minute chart, and this is the 5-minute chart. See, you had some entries here, price broke down. So that is this area right here on the chart. Got a little triangle going on. Something like that. And if you want to think of it as patterns, that would be that certain pattern, whatever it may be, a pennant, a flag. I'm not even sure. I don't even really use any of that stuff, but really, bottom line is we're looking for it to break support, retest, and then we have a push in the most optimal time of the trade. Because if we go to our trading session, you can see that was the only time that you had a good opportunity to actually make money. Here, not here. You were any later than 7:30, you shouldn't even have worried about it. You shouldn't even got on the charts. You should not have done anything. The market was done for the entire day, and if you would have entered at any point here thinking it was going to continue into the trend, you will now be negative because price is all the way back where we started. And that is why it's very important to be on time. You have to treat trading like a career, a job, like this is a job of patience. You just got to get on the chart, you wait for the time to trade, you execute during that time, and the probabilities are way higher than any other time of the day. The session times are very, very important. All you have to do is show up and wait. That's all. And the market tells you everything. You can see the probabilities happening right in front of your eyes, but if you don't execute accordingly, you're going to have the losses. You're going to lose. So it's very important to stay disciplined, be patient, be confident in your analysis, and have a strong technical. You want a strong technical analysis. And study. Study what happened. This has happened multiple times for me to know once price broke our support, we're going to move down. Even though our 30-minute candles were clustered up here and it did not give me a sign, I knew in the next hour we were going to have some type of push. So even though we closed higher, I got a little better entry right here on the next candle for whenever it pushed down. And that's just anticipation because I know how USD JPY moves. I trade it so much. This is what I've been trading for the last 6 years. So the characteristics of the pair is what gives me the probabilities. I understand how USD JPY moves for the day, the week, the year. I understand the characteristics of it. So it all comes down to studies, getting down and actually understanding what the market is doing. Why is it doing it? You gotta learn before you earn. And that's what we're here for. Ascendancy is here to help you get these sniper entries on your own. We are here to build professional, independent traders. Let's get a round of applause. If you were in this trade, give us a comment below. Give us your entries and exits, just so that we can see who else entered and what were the other analysis like. Did someone get a better entry way up here, or did you end up losing? Let us know in the comments. But that's gonna conclude the stream. I want to thank everybody for liking and subscribing. If you haven't yet, there is a button way over there on the other side of the screen. It's a diamond. You just click that, it'll subscribe to our channel so you can get notified on when we go live every single time and stay updated with all of our charts. I want to thank you all again. I love you all, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.